I'd recommend you guys go watch the entire video if you want full context and everything that's going on. But basically,
no,
I
an
think it's around
hour,
here
dude.
where
I ain't
this
doing
kinda
that, bro.
starts, okay, so let's get a little context and then I'll talk about what I think.
I know you won't. I know you're not bad at the game.
Hold on. I do want to say something real quick. Hold on. Okay, so 33K subscribers.
Let's get a little context and then I'll.
So the gist of it is, which we're going to watch this to get some more context, but the gist of it is, this Kingsman kid is the best player in the world, right? He's the best player in the world at Marvel Rivals. And they had this big tournament and stuff like that. I don't think it was like a Twitch Rivals thing, but it had like pros mixed with streamers type thing. You know what I'm saying? And so he was on a team that was all females. It was him and all females. And there was this girl that was playing as Black Widow who was doing terrible. Like, I think he got in one round, got 18 kills and only died like once or twice. And that Black Widow got 0 kills, 5 deaths, 0 assists. So did nothing. And this kid, this Kingsman kid, he's in college, right? So he sees that money. He's like, hey, I could really use that money. This is a great opportunity for me. It's $40,000 split up amongst the 5 of them, right? 5. Yeah. And so he's like, I could really use this money. So, hey, you should probably switch off that Black Widow, because you're not really doing anything with them, right? This is my perspective. Okay. This is my perspective. If I'm playing in a tournament for any money at all, even if it's like $100, let's say it's like Warzone and I'm playing with like, let's say we'll just put myself in a similar situation, right? Let's say that I'm blessed enough to be in a situation where I'm playing in a tournament like this in like Warzone. I don't really play it, but I can pick it up again, right? Type thing. And I'm playing on the same team as like let's say like Nick Merckx or like another big streamer who really knows what they're talking about, or like a pro Warzone player. I don't know the Warzone pros anymore, but whatever. I'm going to tell you like this. There is nothing that I know about that game that pro doesn't know times 1,000. So whatever that Warzone pro, or even if it's like Marvel Rivals, for instance, whatever that pro player says, I'm gonna do it. If I'm using the AR and I'm sucking with the AR, he's like, bro, you should probably switch to like a sniper or SMG. All right, hear you, bro. I hear you. I suck with sniper, but I hear you loud and clear. Let's do it. There is I will, everything that dude says, I'm a lock in on it. That's how it should be, in my opinion, right? In my opinion, it's similar. Like if I'm playing flag football with freaking Joe Burrow, and Joe Burrow's like, you shouldn't throw a football like that. You should throw it like this. I'm gonna do it. You know, I can throw the hell out of a football. Don't let Joe Burrow tell you otherwise. But in this situation, he's like, the pro player tells the non-pro player who's doing terrible with Black Widow, hey, you should swap off of Black Widow. I'm even willing to hop off of Magic so that you could play Magic, and then I'll pick somebody else. And then she's like, no, you're coming off as a jerk, so I'm not switching off Black Widow. Like, your pride is that strong? $40,000 on the line for this tournament, and your pride is on the line like that? But anyway, so he started getting into it with them, and then you know how I'm gonna say it because it's true. I'm not gonna lie. Females in the gaming space, in the streamer space, they hoard together, right? They hoard together and they have each other's backs, as they should, but even if the other one's wrong. And the reason why they do that is because of social perspective on social media. That's the reason why they do it. Even if it's dead wrong, even if it's the word, like, I swear, like, Pokimane, for instance, it could turn out that she murdered somebody today, and that there will absolutely be people in the streamer space that's going to be like, yeah, maybe they deserved it. Maybe we don't know the whole story. And it's a similar situation right here. They didn't want to be perceived as not having their girls back, girl power, or whatever else. But he was carrying, and he was giving them advice and everything else. But the way that he perceived it, they didn't like it. Bro, that's what happens whenever you're in the trenches with somebody who plays at the highest level. That is a professional. Like if I was playing with Tweety in a tournament that was like a pro versus a Joe in Mortal Kombat, or a pro and a Joe, teamed up in Mortal Kombat, I don't expect for $40,000. I don't expect Tweety to be happy with me if I'm doing stupid stuff. If I decide that I want to pick some stupid character, use a stupid cameo, and so we lose for it, I don't expect him to be happy. I expect him to be like, bro, what are you doing using Shujinko as a cameo? You should be using what you're good at, or you should be using something else, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But they refused to change their characters. They ended up doing terrible in the tournament. He really needed the money and everything else. And then they were clowning him for him saying that he was in college and he could really use the money. They were clowning him afterwards. It was like bully behavior, because this realm, this streamer realm, is built in a way where people like that, and y'all know what kind of people I'm talking about. People like that feel like they could bully and get away with it. But this is 2026, y'all. This ain't 2022, 2023 no more, bro. The community stood 10 toes for the boy Kingsman. Stood 10,000 toes, bro. And we're going to watch this, but I want to show y'all something real quick. Look what they did for him. Look what the community did for him. Y'all see those views? Down there at the bottom, y'all see those views? His Twitch has blown up. 18,000 viewers. You know what he had beforehand? I saw something somebody put in a comment. I was watching Arc Raiders streamer, and they put in the comments that before this happened, he was getting 200 viewers, and now 18,000. If he plays it right, he is set for life. If he plays this right, he's set for life. And these female types that try to ruin him, people going to forget about him in a week. And now they're all on Twitter. What do you expect them to do? They're all on Twitter apologizing and everything else, not taking responsibility for their actions, but being like, I did not do this. I did not say this. I did not try to ban him and everything else. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dude. But this is a beautiful story of what, in my opinion, what the streamer space should feel like. If somebody gets bullied, I don't care who they're bullied by. If they get bullied like this, bro, let's come together and support that person, because they didn't deserve it. They don't deserve that. And I said this in that stream, and I'm going to say it in my stream too, because one thing about me, I'm not going to filter myself. I'm not going to filter myself for my stream. I expect people to come in here and want the real authentic cores, because that's who I am. But here's the truth. And I'm going to ask my chat this. And I already know the answer. Y'all ain't got to put anything in the chat, but if y'all want to, you can. How many females do you know has said that they don't hang out with other girls because they're all drama? How many of them have you come across? They don't like to hang out with girls because girls are all drama. How many have you seen? I already know the answer. A ton. Now I'm going to say the opposite. How many guys have you heard be like, I don't really like hanging out with guys because they're all drama. I'd rather hang out with girls. Let's be honest, bro. I've heard it a ton in my life, bro. A ton. And I know how they are whenever they get together, especially females like this in the gaming sphere, bro. I know how they are, bro. I've been in the game for too long, dude. I've been competing in games since what, 2010? I've been in the game too long, bro. I know how they are. So if I was Kingsman and I was told I was on a team with a bunch of females, and that's not saying that females can't be good at games. They can. They can be great. They can be outstanding. They can be outstanding at games. That's not the point that I'm making. But this is a perfect example of it. I'm not saying that she speaks for all women, but there's a lot of women that's like this. There's some guys like this too, for sure. But the way that they all hoard, like if this was a team full of guys, and then one guy was going 0-5 with the Black Widow, and then Kingsman's like, "What are you doing? Switch off with the Black Widow." He's like, "No, I'm not going to switch off the Black Widow." Other guys in that are going to be like, "Dude, okay, you don't want to win the money." They're going to get on him. That's the reality. People won't like to hear it. I don't care. Hands up. I don't care. It's the truth. Let's watch the video.
I'm
I'm yapping too much.
Guys, if we're banking on the fact that they're not going to take it seriously, then we're going to lose.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing. If you haven't played Marvel Rivals, one thing that you need to know, and it has always been like this, and I called it early because people were running 2 heal comps, 2 heals on a team. A lot of people. And then I was like, okay, well, you get damage dump with healers. Why aren't people running 3 healer comps? And then the meta switched to that. The first big tournament came out and everybody's running 3 healers. The meta hasn't changed that much. 3 heal comps is still broken. It's still the meta. And so Kingsman was like, hey, we're gonna have to run 3 healers because everybody else is gonna run 3 healers. And they were like, no, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that. No. And then they did. And they got hogwashed.
We should be banking it on the fact that they are going to take it as seriously as possible. Worst case scenario will happen.
That's so true.
So like right
That's
now,
so true.
I'm just gonna.
That's so true.
Let's just pause.
If you've never played a game competitively, always think that the worst case scenario is going to happen. Always. If you know that the most broken character in Mortal Kombat is Homelander, expect to play against Homelanders. If you know that the best gun in Call of Duty is XYZ, expect it. If you know that trigger nades are broken in Arc Raiders, expect it. Expect the worst case scenario. You have to. People aren't going to take it easy on you, bro. They're not going to take it easy on you. They're going to take it as serious as possible. If you don't take it serious, that doesn't mean that they're not going to take it serious.
Just kind of give a little feedback here. So right now, Kingsman, in my opinion, is being very polite. Okay, he's not being mean. He's not. Now,
True.
I'll say this.
He's being
speak
stern.
for myself here. Okay. And I'm not talking about any particular person in this game. I'm not saying anyone that he's talking to, Zaza, whoever. Okay. I can't stand one tricks personally. Okay. Now, I understand when you. So, in my opinion, personally, and this comes from Overwatch. You guys got to understand, bro. A little history about me. I played Overwatch for years. There was someone with the name Steve-O. Steve-O played Symmetra. Symmetra was the worst character in the game. And anytime Steve-O was on my team, I lost. And that's just how it went. Because at the time, Symmetra was terrible. Completely different from the way she plays now, okay? But the point is, Symmetra was not that good. Even though he loved Symmetra and he was very good with Symmetra, she was not that good, okay? Period. So, my frustration comes from that, from Overwatch. Now, fast forward to Marvel. I can't stand when people don't swap when it's not working. Like, I just can't stand it. Now, right now, I will say this. They're up around right now. And I think the point that Kingsman is making here is, and so fast forward to this now, this is a $40,000 tournament, and you'd like to think that everybody in this tournament wants to win the prize pool, right? So there are going to be characters that are better no matter what you love playing. There's going to be characters that, I mean, unless you're like someone that is a Hella player in this season or a Phoenix player because they're the best, right? So I think the point that Kingsman is making here is, hey, we're doing pretty well. And if we didn't have Widow and we had a Hella, we do very well. I think that's the point he's making. And the way he's doing it is very, so far, is polite. I don't
just
think
stern.
it's aggressive.
It's not mean. It's just
kinda
stern.
saying, hey, I think we can really win this thing. Blah, blah, blah. Let's carry on.
People confuse the two because they're soft.
Probably not, right?
Yes, that we're going to lose if they run triple support. If they have something that they can...
have that mindset of we're going to
No. If they have something that they can run and they automatically win, they are going to play it. If it's $40,000.
Yeah. See, she's doing that whole mindset thing. He's like, well, yeah, if you come in with the mindset of we're going to lose and we're going to lose. It's like, that's not the point he's making. That's not the point he's making. The point is that there is broken stuff in the game. People are going to use that broke stuff. If we're not also using that broke stuff, we're going to lose. There's nothing we can do about it. It's like you see it in Arc Raiders whenever you run whatever you want to run. Let's say you want to run Arpeggio or something like that. Bro, that Arpeggio ain't going to help you whenever you're getting Il Toro to the face. It's not going to help you.
It's a lot of money. Sword out. Pull out the sword and run it. You say, go. Go, Hawkeye. This.
Hawkeye's still behind.
Good kill.
That was a really good kill.
Do you see my point? Now imagine Zaza trying to live that, right? It's not gonna happen.
Busy dueling with Spider-Man, bro.
Well, none of them
Back to
live,
you guys
bro.
now.
Yes,
Oh
exactly,
my god,
exactly.
wait, I'm like learning him.
But Bucky
I'm
will.
so for
Bucky
real,
will
bro.
prevent them.
Like, no one is living a 5-man run into their spawn, bro. Kingsman, shut up, bro. Just mic
They're
off.
Listen
living
to
with
him.
support.
Thank
You
you.
made your point and it's not gonna happen.
Okay, so
Both cats are getting annoyed now.
I will say this though, even with all my pride and ego, whenever I play Marvel Rivals, how many times, which Tweety would know, because I mostly played with Tweety if I played. I'd play solo every once in a while, but if I was playing, I was mostly playing with Tweety. How many times was I playing with like Rocket, or I was playing with like somebody else, and I was like, okay, this isn't working, and so I switched into Thor because that was my best character. I will say that I'm pretty good at recognizing, okay, this just isn't working. My Groot just isn't Grooting like I want it to Groot. So I give Tweety the Groot. And then I go, Thor. My Venom got decent after a while. That's the reason why I dropped Spider-Man. Because I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I wanted to play Spider-Man. My favorite comic book character. I wanted to play him. But I couldn't do it. So I had to drop him.
okay, bro.
You're doing too much.
Lucy's not even on Invis. Second of all, you're getting value because
No. She shouldn't be dead.
Yes.
I'm getting value because I'm 1v6ing.
She said he's getting value because she's dead. Was that the comm I just heard?
No.
On Invis. Second of all, you're getting value because
No. She shouldn't be dead.
Yes.
I'm getting value because I'm 1v6.
And I want to make something clear. I'm not trying.
Did she say that he's getting value because 4 of them are focusing on the Black Widow?
Hulk isn't peeling for you, bro. Yeah, we win 5, but we won the point, bro. Why? Because they were hard. Like, 4 people are dying here. That means 4 of their util, 4 of their resources are all spent on Zaza and the supports. And we win because they're not.
Through his face. Four of their resources are being spent on Zaza. That's not a good thing. First place was 3K, not 4K. Oh, it's 40K total prize pool. I thought it was 40K to first. Yeah, making e-girls mad equals profit indeed. All right. I think we got enough of that. Long story short, good for him. He's able to make a come up off of it. He's doing great. Look how patchy my beard is. Golly, dude.